Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
A Central Kentucky school is overwhelmed by the generosity of the community after a fire destroyed their preschool building. Laurel County Sheriff's deputies warn of a scam where someone is asking for money for cancer t-shirts. And we're tracking the investigation into an overnight robbery at a Lexington gas station. WKYT News at 4:30 starts now.
Good afternoon, Jennifer Palumbo and Sam Dick reporting. It's been more than a month since a fire destroyed part of the Lincoln County Board of Education building and an entire preschool.
More than 100 children have yet to go back to school. Officials have been scrambling to establish new classrooms and supplies. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has an update on their progress. It's our top story at 4:30.
The Lincoln County Board of Education will be meeting tonight, and an update on the fire will be one of the main items on the agenda. And of course, the preschool was a big part of what was destroyed. Right now, the target date for these children going back to school is October 20th.
The old Stanford High School football field behind the board office will be the site for several modular classrooms for the more than 100 early Head Start and preschool classrooms. The fire on August the 6th wiped out all the classrooms and all the work that the teachers had been working on all summer. Insurance will cover most of the losses, but officials say they've been overwhelmed by the generosity of their community and people outside Lincoln County who have donated tens of thousands of dollars worth of crayons, books, markers, and glue sticks.
I mean, it's just been such a blessing what the people across the state. I could give you a list, just go on and on about the people you wouldn't think about, checks and, it's just been amazing.
Killen tells me that nearly everything in the building was destroyed, including a lot of the teachers' personal belongings. They were able to get a few things off of one computer. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
School officials say packets of information have been sent to parents to work with their children at home, and the local library there has also allowed space for children to do some early work with the teachers. Police in southern Kentucky are encouraging people to think twice before giving donations to people going door to door asking for your money.
As Mitchell Grogg reports from Knott County, one organization's leader says that's not the way he usually asks for donations.
Canine and human members of the Knott County Rough Terrain Rescue Team are getting ready for the Knott County Trail Ride, trying to make sure visitors stay safe.
We are totally volunteer, all nonprofit.
The team's chief says somebody else made a profit off the team's name.
Late last night, we were notified from someone from the public that there was somebody who showed up at their doorstep, was asking for money on behalf of the Rough Terrain Rescue.
He says this organization does not ask for donations by going door to door. Knott County's sheriff says to make sure the people you donate to are legitimate.
If anyone comes to your door soliciting money, if they don't have proper credentials, a photo ID, acting suspicious, what have you, have any questions whatsoever, the proper thing to do is not give them any money at all.
You can always donate later. The sheriff also says to gather as much information as you can.
Try to get a registration number off that vehicle if at all possible, and that way when you call us, we will have a starting point to try to find out who these individuals are.
To make sure donations go to charities that need them. In Knott County, Mitchell Grogg.
And the chief says the man asking for donations was heavy set and in his early 30s. Well, the nice weather continues today. It's been a good week.
Oh, it has been, and we're expecting much of the same for, well, going into our weekend. How about that? WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has our first look at a pretty nice forecast.
You know, a nice forecast is good and all, but it gets a little boring for yours truly back here. I like to mix it up a little bit every now and then. But fortunately or unfortunately, about perspective on that one, the beat rolls on. Here is Live First Alert Defender that has a clean sweep across central and eastern Kentucky. Let's show you how some of those sky cams are looking. Look at Frankfort, Georgetown, into Richmond, everybody with a mostly sunny sky. Downtown Lexington sky cam looking good. Here's what it looks like at the station on Winchester Road as we're looking to our north. Notice just a little bit of cloud cover out there, so something for us to see throughout the region, but overall it's a pretty good looking sky. That'll take us into the evening as our weekend. It's just about here, and it's going to start out on the warm side, though some changes start to show up as we close out the weekend on Sunday. Rain chances return into Sunday and Monday, but just how much rain are we talking about here? We'll put some numbers on it when I come back in a matter of minutes.
A high-speed chase kept Lexington police busy overnight. It began on Winchester Road when police say they spotted a stolen car. That car took off, speeding into town, and was later found abandoned on Linden Walk near the UK campus. Police think that 3 young men were in the car, but no arrests have been made so far. And we're tracking the search for a man who robbed a Lexington gas station. The clerk told police that a man went into the Speedway on New Circle Road, showed a gun, and demanded money. When the robber left, he ran back behind the store down Meadow Lane. Police brought in dogs to try and find the suspect, but they were not able to locate him.
A memorial service is planned for tonight for a Kentucky woman murdered in Chile. Erica Hagan was a recent graduate of Georgetown College. Earlier this month, the Kentucky native was found dead in her apartment in Chile where she was teaching English. A security guard at the school has been arrested in the case. Tonight's memorial is in Owensboro. Georgetown College is also planning a service, but a date has not been set. It's estimated 500,000 Kentuckians suffer from migraines. For one Lexington woman, the headaches were so intense she was afraid to drive for fear she might pass out. A family member even had to move in to help take care of her.
I went to doctors and they were like, there's nothing wrong, and they would just like give me a pill and send me out the door. But, I knew there was something wrong and I just had to get somewhere to get it fixed because, there was no way that this was normal.
She was right, and she finally found a solution. Tonight on WKYT News at 6, I'll take you to the headache clinic at the Kentucky Neuroscience Institute. You may be surprised by some of the treatments that helped her.
I can't imagine how long and what she went through with this suffering. How long did she go through this before she finally got some help, some relief, Jennifer?
It was for years, Sam, and Tanya's now 30 years old. The headaches started when she was a student at UK. She went to more than 10 specialists, even traveling to the Cleveland Clinic. She was on more than 30 medications, and she thought she'd tried everything until she got to UK Healthcare's Kentucky Neuroscience Institute. But the doctor who treated her said all those medications were also part of the problem.
And 30, that seems like a lot. So she doesn't have the headaches anymore?
No, November will mark 2 years since she had her last headache, and she said after she had this procedure, she kept thinking, is today the day that the headaches come back? But so far that has not happened. And she's also going to talk to us about what it means to have her life back, but she suffered for a very long time.
And we know a lot of people out there have suffered from migraines, so this could apply to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
All right, look forward to it. Thank you, Jennifer. Thursday Night Football on CBS, and the NFL Network moving to Maryland tonight.
More than 90,000 fans will pack FedEx Field to see the New York Giants take on the Washington Redskins. We'll have a preview coming up.
A little preview of our weekend is unfolding as well out there this evening. A lot of very nice stuff, at least for the start of the weekend. It's Sunday that has a little cause for concern. I'll show you why in a moment.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and First Alert Defender.
We continue with our string of gorgeous fall weather across the Bluegrass State. It's really been going on now for the past couple of weeks, and we have at least a couple more days of it. Daily breakdown as we inch closer toward the weekend. Great weather rolling on. Few changes, though, showing up by Sunday as at least the chances for rain begin to increase a little bit. It's been a while since we've talked about rain across the region. Certainly, Live First Alert Defender says, hey, forget about talking about rain. In the short term, nothing is showing up. What about your Friday forecast? Looks awfully familiar. Look at your back porch, your car thermometer now. It's into the upper 70s. We're going to be there close to 80 degrees tomorrow afternoon. We'll start things out a little milder than the 40s of the past few mornings. That big area of high pressure just continues to control the weather across the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley, most of the northeastern states as well. Dry weather gives us the crisp overnights and mornings and those mild to warm afternoons. Hour by hour forecast. Let's show you how we look into the start of that weekend. Take you through about the next 48 hours or so. 8 o'clock this evening, upper 60s showing up. 11 o'clock, we're still in some cases 60 or better, so that's an improvement over the past couple of evenings. And we don't see that big, quick temperature drop that we had this morning, that we had yesterday morning. Most areas tomorrow above 50 degrees to start out the day. Lunchtime on a Friday, 74 tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock. Hello weekend officially. Upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. A little cloud cover begins to show up for high school football fans tomorrow evening. It's not going to produce precipitation, though. Those are the ice crystal clouds that we've talked about for the past couple of days. How about noontime? Commonwealth Stadium around 74 degrees for kickoff with the Commodores from Vandy in town. A mostly sunny sky into the heart of the afternoon. A few more clouds begin to stream on in, and the model is trying to spit out a little shower back across the western part of Kentucky. That's a sign that the atmosphere is trying to moisten up just a little. So nice weather to do some yard work over the next few days. Most of Sunday, early part of the day, I expect to be dry. Second half of the day, there's a chance for a shower coming in from south to north. Short-term forecast, not as cold tonight, and 52 degrees. Friday forecast, that rolls off the tongue at 79 and a warm start to the weekend. I think many areas hit 80 on Saturday as we enjoy the last weekend of September. Chance for a shower later Sunday into Monday. October arrives on Wednesday at 78 degrees, may spike it close to 80 again as we go toward the end of next week for a day or two with some showers and thunderstorms. I see the end of next week turning windy, warm, and then windy, wet.
Just in time for the opening of Keeneland.
Yeah, right. We're going to try. There's a cold front that's probably targeted for Kentucky about that time next Friday into Saturday. Hopefully we can keep pushing that back a few days.
That would be good.
We'll work on it, all right?
Thanks.
It's going to be a late night. It's Thursday night football, and they're in Landover, Maryland tonight, where the New York Giants are facing the Washington Redskins.
Megan Alexander has the story from Landover.
Tailgaters came ready for a long pregame party at FedEx Field. More than 90,000 fans will pack the stadium to watch the Giants take on the Redskins.
We're here, as you can see, very, very early to start the party and have a great time for the whole day.
New York and Washington have been battling since 1932. It is one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL and one of the most hard-fought.
Let's face it, it's Washington, D.C., it's New York City. There's intensity there.
Fans feel the same way.
You know, nothing like the NFC East.
It's always the best show in town.
Tonight's divisional game is critical for both teams. They have identical 1-2 records, and both know a third loss would land them in a deep hole. CBS sports analyst and former player Boomer Esiason says the time slot will raise the stakes.
It's bad enough on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, but when you put them in national prime time with the history between these two teams, that's what makes these games great.
Fans from both teams are expecting this game to go down to the wire. Megan Alexander for CBS News, Landover, Maryland.
Louisville Slugger has been making baseball bats for more than 100 years, but there's one model it won't be making any longer.
The P72, that's the model that Derek Jeter has used his entire career. Instead, an identical line of bats will be named for Jeter, the DJ72. Jeter used more than 2,500 P72 bats throughout his storied career. The Yankees were eliminated from a chance at the playoffs last night, so Jeter's last game is Sunday, but tonight is his last game at Yankee Stadium. One ticket search engine says prices for tonight's game are going for an average of $640.
Well, the situation is in a sticky situation with Uncle Sam. Coming up at 4:30, we'll tell you about the former Jersey Shore star's charges for tax crimes.
It's called Luggage of Love, a chance for you to help those in our foster care system. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at Lexington's Urgent Care today. We'll tell you more about Luggage of Love when we return here on WKYT.
It's an organization that provides toys, books, clothing, and other items to children in underserved areas around the state.
Our Deanne Stevens is out and about to tell us more about the Luggage of Love. Hi, Deanne.
Hey guys, this is what it is all about, luggage, and it is called Luggage of Love, and you can participate by dropping off gently used luggage or brand new preferably, and help out so many kids who are in our foster care system. Dana Gentry Jackson is with us from the Toy Chest organization, and how did you guys get involved with this?
We actually got involved by a local case manager here at a foster care agency contacting us, just kind of sharing their story, saying that they were having over 7,000 children each year who were passing through the foster care system. And
that's just here?
That's just here. That's right. That is just here. And as they're leaving and coming and going, they are just dumping their stuff in garbage bags and pulling garbage bags from house to house. And we just felt like that was not cool. We just felt like we really needed to do something about that.
And so what are you guys doing?
We are collecting luggage, hence our luggage of love. We have decided to get some checked bags, some carry-on sizes, duffel bags, anything kind of that looks kid-friendly that we can provide to these kids to give them, something nicer and better to transport all their belongings in.
Okay, Urgent Care of Lexington. Lexington Urgent Care is participating in this. Jessica Collins is a nurse practitioner, and you guys decided to do this. Why?
Yes, we see so many children in the foster care system, and this is something that's very close to our hearts. So you can drop off luggage at any of our 5 locations in Lexington, Georgetown, Frankfort, or Berea.
And there's also a website that people can check out.
Yes, thetoychest.org.
All right, go to thetoychest.org for all of those different locations where you can drop that off. Go get a piece of luggage or just clean out your closet. How many pieces of luggage do we have laying around that are gently used? Clean out your closets and drop them off at the different locations and be a part of Luggage of Love, making a difference. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
I know I've got kids' luggage sitting in the garage that has not been used in years.
That's what I said.
So,
I had bags from when my kids were babies that they would never use again, and
so
you could take it along.
That's it. There's a place to take it. Well, Big Brother names a new winner, and Barbra Streisand hits a milestone that no other recording artist has ever matched.
Suzanne Marquez has those stories and more in your Eye on Entertainment.
Congratulations, Derek. You are the winner of Big Brother.
Derek Levasseur is the last house guest standing on Big Brother. Derek, a mastermind schemer who ruled every alliance he joined, was a true player to the end.
So what was the key to your winning strategy?
It was a couple things. It was finding somebody that I thought I could confide in. The guy's right over there, picked him up on day 2, and it was also taking advantage of every alliance that came my way and using it as a barrier to protect myself whenever somebody took the fall.
Derek takes home a cool $500,000 in prize money. Barbra Streisand's new album, Partners, debuted at the top of the charts. It features a collection of duets with singers Lionel Richie, Billy Joel, John Mayer, and more. Streisand is now the only recording artist to score a #1 album in each of the last 6 decades. Lindsay Lohan is officially a West End star. Lohan made her stage debut in London in David Mamet's Speed the Plow. She's playing the same role Madonna originated in the 1988 Broadway production. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Studio City.
It may be a bad situation for The Situation. Mike, The Situation Sorrentino, and his brother and manager Mark were indicted on federal tax evasion charges in a Newark federal court yesterday. The Jersey Shore star and his brother allegedly didn't pay taxes on nearly $9 million worth of income from promotional appearances. They have both pleaded not guilty.
Sarah Hyland has received a temporary restraining order against her ex-boyfriend Matthew Prokop. In a sworn statement obtained by TMZ, the Modern Family star said, quote, "I was scared and in fear for my life." The couple split up in August after dating for 5 years. Prokop's reps did not return CNN's request for comment. History and mystery at the old State House in Boston. A golden lion perched on top of the building has been hiding a secret for more than a century now. That secret next on WKYT News at 4:30. Great day to be off if you're lucky enough to be outside as well.
That's right, Chris. It is beautiful, and it's just been a great week so far.
So you're calling us unlucky in here. Is that what you're saying, huh? Yeah, exactly right. On a day like this, if you're cooped up indoors, try to find any excuse you can to get outside. It is absolutely gorgeous. Take a look at our live sky cam, and this is our view as we look to the north behind the station on Winchester Road in Lexington, and a little bit of cumulus clouds in the distance. Notice how flat those are. Blue skies over top of that, but that's a sign that high pressure is exerting force down on the atmosphere, and that's why we're seeing the beautiful weather. Live First Alert Defender, hello, goodbye, nothing going on. Will we keep the nice weather for high school football fans coming up tomorrow evening? It looks like that is going to be the case. How about a kickoff temperature into the low and mid 70s by the second half tomorrow evening? High school football fans, upper 60s to around 70. That is pretty darn good for any time of the year, but especially if you're going to be out cheering on your favorite team. All right, traffic time. Here's Officer Don.
There's a collision at Main and Walton. That is a non-injury crash. It looks like one lane of Main Street is blocked. That is impacting traffic at about Midland Avenue until it clears. About an 8-minute delay right now. Also, Russell Cave and Winburn, there's a collision near that intersection. 3 cars involved there. The intersection remains open, but it's a slow go all the way around. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Don. To become a WKYT Live driver and download the Waze app, go to WKYT.com. Under the News tab, click on Traffic for more information. A hidden time capsule found. A home turned into a restaurant, and a dog makes it back home. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
I love stories like this. History and mystery combined at the Old State House in Boston. This golden statue of a unicorn and a lion topped the Old State House in Boston for 3 centuries. When it was recently removed for cleaning, a surprise was found inside the lion's head, a time capsule from 1901.
Wow.
No word yet on what is in the capsule, but Boston officials plan to hide modern-day artifacts inside the head before it is replaced.
That's cool. Well, Tim Hortons surprised people in Calgary, Canada Tuesday morning. The company took over a house and handed out free coffee and donuts. It was a publicity stunt to draw attention to the chain's hiring campaign. One resident was thrilled with the change, calling it the best thing that has happened in her neighborhood in a long time.
All right, drive up and pick up some food.
Yes.
A Jack Russell Terrier returning to its owner following a cross-country solo voyage. 7-year-old Gidget was found wandering around Portland. She was taken to a shelter there, and a microchip showed her owners lived 3,000 miles away. Can you imagine? In Philadelphia. The owner confirmed Gidget had in fact been missing since April. She had no idea how Gidget made it to Oregon. The dog's chip manufacturer, PetLink, agreed to cover the travel expenses. If it had not been for that chip,
that's right,
never would have been reunited with that family. It would, that would have really been just about impossible to do.
Really happy reunion there, too.
All right, here's what's working on next for WKYT coming up now at 5 o'clock.